We should be live. Nope, that's the wrong window.
Is the link the same?
Should be a new link. Let me send that to you.
Sure.
Try that one. All right. So, hey folks, sorry about that. We thought we were going live, but it turned out we had it set to private somehow. So that has been switched over. Just a reminder, I've got Craig here with me, and we're going to be working on this 2CI reloaded board that we had started in the last stream. Got the donor board right here, and we just have a couple more chips to go. So yeah, I think everything is working. Craig, let me know if there's anything amiss.
Okay, for that.
You good?
Yeah, I'm just going to have it so they can see the YouTube chat and the stream because there's a time delay.
Okay, cool.
It's hard to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way for us to modify that, but I guess we'll find out. So I will let you monitor chat. I'm going to continue on from where we left off. So we're going to switch over to the overhead cam. I'm going to get this into focus. And we're going to start with the UE5 and moving that over.
Now, I can't see the overhead view on my end.
No? Probably because it decided to remove it for some reason. How about that?
Okay, so now we're both there.
Good. While I'm thinking of it, I'll grab this as well. Have you seen Action Retro's new video today?
No, what was that about again?
He got himself a fourth G4 Cube. Happened to have a Sonic accelerator in it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so that's a good find for him. He replaced the capacitors on the VRM. And all you can see in the video, or at least what really stood out to me, was when he was pulling one of the caps off, the pad flying off into the distance. So I felt so bad for him. I had to leave a comment. I said, next time you are working on those, rather than lifting or pulling, try sliding. Because when you slide, the pads don't tend to come off. So, and to be clear, I'm no expert. I have made that mistake. So that's what I found helped me, was to just switch from pulling to sliding. And that's based off some advice I saw on some other tech repair channels. Okay, so we've got our chip. Let's switch over to the microscope and get this guy in focus. UE5 is up here. I would like to find a way to change the magnification for the camera on the microscope, because I find it's just a little too zoomed in, but when I look at it, it's perfect. So my view is great. I don't want to change that, but I do want to change what the camera in the microscope sees.
Yeah, okay.
I think you can get a reduction lens for it, so it would help kind of zoom it out. I just haven't found it, or found anywhere to buy it. All right, so what do we got?
Is this board? Who made this board?
So Max1ZZZ with thanks to Kai Robinson, is what it says on the board itself.
Okay.
This is one of the ones that we ordered from KMac Vintage, and he was kind enough to send it over.
Right.
So this chip looks fine. At least there's no cleaning required on this one. So we'll get it on. Okay. I will say this about the board so far compared to the SE30. These pads are really nice and big.
Oh yeah.
Makes it
Does
that
that
much easier.
Does that give you more margin for error or just easier soldering process?
I find it makes it easier for the soldering. Like with the SE30, there are just a few, like it's been revised a few times now, so it's better than it used to be. But some of those pads are still kind of small, so when you go to actually do the soldering, you have very little room to actually get the tip in and make sure you actually get a connection. So it's easier to have missing connections on those.
Okay.
Let's get that. One thing I will say about our setup is I have a slight issue in that your head and my head now cover up a good portion of the page. So getting enough of it on screen and lined up and being able to solder myself is a little bit of a challenge.
Yes.
I mean, look how easy that flowed. And there's no bridging, there's no joins. And it's just having enough room makes a huge difference. Get this guy in over here. This is a big board though. It actually sticks off quite a ways on my workbench. The only one I imagine that's worse is the 2FX reloaded board.
Yeah, because there's 5 or 6 new bus.
Yeah, I can't even remember it, but it's a huge board. There we go. Oh, that flowed beautiful.
Hopefully the 2FX I have doesn't have any major issues.
I hope not. We gotta bring that over and take a look at it.
That was I think of all the finds I found, that was probably the coolest.
Where was that guy located?
Just north of Edmonton.
Okay. Was he liquidating everything?
Yeah, well, he had a bunch of stuff. He had purchased assets from the University of Alberta in their liquidation sale.
Oh.
And so he had some Next hardware. He had a Next station.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you a picture. He had like a stack of 20 SGI Indies.
Oh, yeah.
And then he had some Sun workstations there too. I had some IBM stuff. You haven't tested that floppy drive yet, have you?
No, I have not done that yet. I want to see about moving my setup into another case so it has two 5 1/4 inch bays, so I can have both the combo drive with the 3.5 inch and the high density 5 1/4 inch, as well as the low density drive that you picked up.
Okay.
Just more convenient that way. I mean, I could actually set it up so that it's on an external grease weasel. But I was reading that that can actually cause some problems because when you have two, that means you have to make sure you're selecting the right one of the devices in order for it to image properly,
Yeah.
which makes sense. So I don't know if I showed you yet. I've got a new microscope stand. I replaced the arm with a more traditional desk-mounted one. So now I can just pull the thing out so that I can actually take the board and go like this.
Okay.
And that way we can check for joins a little bit easier.
Nice.
So I guess gotta get it lined up here. There we go. So this is what Will from KMAC was telling me, is if you bring it off of the desk completely, then you can get these different angles a little bit easier. And you can just check for the bridges.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a good tip. And it's so much easier with one of these versus my arm, because the arm, the problem was it was bolted down to the desk. And there's only so many places I could bolt it because there's structure underneath the desk.
Right.
Okay. Oh, that one went on really nice. There's no bridging here that I see. Now let's get it into view. There. Like that went on really smooth. And there. Yeah. Awesome.
So
Okay.
percentage-wise, the last time you did this, you spent, what, 3 or 4 hours?
2.5. And that was 6 chips, 6 of the bigger ones.
So percentage-wise, how much of the board is that? Like 10%?
Well, let's look at the number of chips on here. So we're up to 7 on the board, the new one. We still have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 actual chips, and then a whole bunch of resistor packs.
Right.
So it's not bad. Oh, excuse me, 11, because I missed the real-time clock chip over there as well.
I imagine the resistor packs are simpler than the chips.
The only thing about them is I should really use some Kapton tape over top of them so that they don't turn brown. That's one thing. It's, you know, it still works if it's brown. It's just less appealing.
Yeah, it doesn't look as nice.
Yeah. Which one do I want to do next here? Let's see. You know, I think I'm going to do UC5 and UC4 because they're smaller and they're next to a bunch of other stuff.
All right.
And we'll get that done. So I gotta switch camera views again. I'm loving the new software I found for the overhead cam because it is so much easier to control now. You have the desktop app. I can control the zoom level. And I can control the focus. So I can take that, make it blurry, make it clear again. All from the desktop. And that's just an old cell phone.
Wow. Very handy.
It's very handy, and it's, you know, it's so economic. I don't have to spend $500+ on a decent camera.
Yeah.
It's just a, probably 2 or 3 year old cell phone, and the camera on it's still perfect.
Is that camera wireless?
It can be. You can do it over Wi-Fi, or you can do it over USB. I like it over USB because it's tied into power, and I don't have to worry about the battery dying.
Right, okay.
So, it's a great little setup. Definitely like having that versus the old way. Now, there is a crystal oscillator here. I'm going to pull that off first because the problem is when you get heat near those, they tend to die.
Oh, yeah.
So let's pull that off first. And that's this little guy.
Good idea.
Yeah, that little guy right there. I think I have a replacement for that if I did kill it, but it takes 2 seconds, so why don't we just do it? I have to scavenge these radial capacitors as well, because I don't think we have any more of those in stock at the moment.
Okay.
So you got these 2 CI boards off of Bai from Japan? Is that where they came
I
from?
believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that part of one of the lots?
Yeah, we got an SE30. I think we got a 575.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a 6200. Don't remember.
Yeah, I remember that because the 6200 needed a little work, and the SE30 I think we ended up reloading, if I recall correctly.
In the video, I said a tacky is a 5,000 or 6,000. I think it's just a 6,000, isn't it?
No, you're going to use a 5000 board in there too.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure.
I mean, technically, you could even use a 580 board in there. I mean, there's no real
Right.
purpose because then you're not really gaining anything over a Mystic, but you can.
When the 580 switched from ATA to, or scheduled to ATA, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you still have my desoldering gun?
Yes, I do. It's actually right here. I saw it the other day and went, I should have given that back to you the last time you were here.
Yeah, I'm going to need that because I have to recap one of my monitor boards.
Right. Yeah, definitely pick that up. Actually, I still have your Christmas present here, just a box of candies we bought you guys.
Oh, fun. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So remind me to give you both of those next time you're here.
Yeah, for sure. Did you try that handheld gimbal at all anymore?
I've played with it on my own. I haven't really tried it with a stream or anything, but it's very cool.
I'm having trouble hooking it up and I'm not quite sure how it works exactly.
Oh?
I'll have to maybe sit down with you and look at it together.
Yeah, because it's really handy.
I was doing a Donkey Kong live stream and I was using my triple octopus mount to hang my phone onto the top of the cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my iPad camera on a music stand just pointing at me from the side.
Oh, yeah?
But the problem was my cabinet wasn't level on the floor, so whenever I grabbed the control panel pretty tight, the whole picture would jiggle back and forth.
Oh, geez.
I'll do that again. I want to do it every Sunday night, do like an hour or two live game streaming.
Oh, yeah. There we go. So I just moved the crystal oscillator over here first, so I don't lose it.
Okay.
And now we'll get these little guys.
So I just had a quick look. Our Color Classic LCD video has 820 views on it.
Awesome. You know, it's definitely not the numbers of a big stream, but for a tiny channel like ours, that's pretty darn good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it did very well.
Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you again for all that editing work you did.
It was a lot, but there's also a lot of fun in the video, so
Yeah.
I was glad when it was completed.
Yeah, I bet. There we go.
Christmas present for ourselves to get that done.
Yes, for sure. All right, here's the little guys. Start with UC4.
So when you're using the hot air station, do you have to put like heat shields on certain things so other things don't get damaged?
Ideally, yes. Since we're just pulling everything off, I'm not too concerned about it. But if I'm doing like repair work, I will try and isolate things off. Like if I was trying to do a swap of that chip next to the oscillator on the original board, I probably would have just put a heat shield around the oscillator.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's switch back to the microscope. I can see why people get those little pads so that they can quickly change between different views.
Yeah, the Stream Deck is very handy.
Yeah.
You can trigger sound effects and funny little things too, which makes the stream more interesting.
Yep. All right, so we got pin 0. I think these are both the same chip, if I recall correctly. Let's see. Yeah. I think these are for the serial ports, if I remember correctly. These are the ones that have a tendency, unfortunately, to go bad. Or at least that's what Will was telling me. Oh, actually, what's that?
Are they proprietary, hard to find, or?
Well, I don't think they're manufactured anymore, but UT Source had some. So I had actually bought some replacements a while back.
Okay.
So if we really have to, I probably have 1 or 2 left that we could swap onto here, but I'm hoping that we won't need to. But these are also the ones, and Yeah, I'm going to say this is probably just like the SE30. These pads are a little bit on the small side, which is just a little bit more challenging. Now I got to see if I can get this to line up properly. It looks lined up on one side, you rotate, you take another look, and it's like, oh yeah, that's way off. Like right now, this is definitely a little bit too far down. Come on. A little bit more. Come on. All right, that looks better on that side. See if it looks better on the other side. Okay, that's lined up. That's lined up. That's lined up. That's lined up. That should be decent. All right. Let's get this in view if I can. There we go. That reminds me, so Will was telling me, I think I've told you this before, when you're using the SE30, the little adapter board that provides the power and the HDMI out,
Right.
and you're using the tech step, there is an issue he ran into on his stream where it was misreporting that the SCCC was not working correctly.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, but apparently if you hook it up to the original power supply, then it's fine. So I wanted to ask him more about that, but I think he's away. I'd messaged him. He hasn't responded yet. I think he said he was going to be away until kind of mid-January. Because I was going to ask him, he said it was happening with him with his Pico power supply.
Okay.
I was just wondering, well, is that the case too when you use, like I have a small form factor ATX power supply. Would there be any difference? Would there be any value in continuing to use that? Would I still run into that problem or not? Because it just could be that it's not providing enough power with the Pico. Because those Picos are great for just a little bit. I got a little bit of a bridge here, so I'm going to repair that. But yeah, be interesting to see what he says. He said they're going to try and do a revision to address the problem once they figure out exactly what's going on. But
Yeah.
it's still
Nice to see the new LCD that you don't have to cut the color plastic frame to fit in anymore.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had that, to be honest. It was an unpleasant experience to have to cut that.
Yeah, that was.
Well, you know, it's ultimately it's not a big deal. It's on the inside. It's not like you're ever going to see it. And if you had to put the CRT back, there would still be plenty of support. I think that was more for alignment than support.
I think that was that displayed from a point of sale. I don't remember where they sourced that from.
I don't recall. We'd have to look up the thread because I know they talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
They did say they found a newer version that they like more, and that's the one with the no cut now.
I put the link to that video in the chat.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this little guy in here. Okay. And let's get this guy on. So one of our two little cereal chips here. With how these pads are, I'm going to bet I probably still have some bridging happening when we look at it under the microscope at an angle. These guys are very fiddly. or has been my experience anyway. So, let's see. That side looks pretty decent.
So you couldn't do that if you weren't using Flux.
Oh, the flux helps so much. I mean, there was. Have you ever watched Louis Rossmann videos, his repair videos from back in the day?
Not in a while.
Okay, he basically. Oh, look, I missed all of those. I ran it across, but they didn't connect. So let's do that again. Yeah, there was a running joke. You use a 1 mega Rossmann worth of flux when you do any soldering repairs, because he would just absolutely cover everything in flux. But the fact of the matter is, it makes a huge difference when you use it.
Yeah.
So I get why he did, but it was a running joke for a long time. He hasn't really done any repair videos in a long time either, though.
I thought you said he had some eyesight problems or something.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Somebody told me that.
Okay, no, that's news to me.
I don't remember who.
That could well be. I know he's been very active in the right to repair,
Yeah.
which, to me is fundamental. I really hate... Have you seen the latest with cars? Like the headlights on a vehicle? They now sell as a single unit. And they sell it for $5,000. You can't just buy a bulb anymore. You have to buy the whole headlight unit.
Wow.
So if your headlight went out before, is like a $20 bulb. You just pop it out, pop a new one in. Now you have to replace the entire headlight unit, which might also include the signal light unit, and it's $5,000. And that's without labor. So,
That's irritating.
yeah, that sort of stuff just ends up bugging the heck out of me. There's no reason to be like that. What was wrong with being able to use a bulb?
Did I tell you the story of one of my Apple colleagues who bought the Porsche?
No. That's better.
Okay, this is a fun story. So, there's a guy in town who does surface mount repairs. One of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. He bought this Porsche from an auction for like $7,000.
Yeah.
But
Much better.
the car, you could start it, but it wouldn't keep running. The immobilizer would shut it off every time.
Oh, jeez.
And so he was able to track down the original owner, and they had replaced like the ignition module or something.
Uh-huh.
But there's a chip inside the old ignition module that would allow the car to run.
Oh.
And so my colleague said to the person who originally worked in the car, he's like, "Do you still have the original ignition module?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, but it won't work." And my friend says, "Do you have the old ignition module?" And he goes, "Yes." He's like, "Give it to me." So he found the chip that was needed from the original, pulled it out, put it in the new one, car started right up.
Oh, awesome.
Porsche wanted like $15,000 to fix it.
Oh, jeez.
And this guy fixed it in a matter of like a half an hour
Yeah.
just by doing what you're doing in this video. It's like, we're going to take this chip out, we're going to put it in the new one, and boom.
Yeah.
I love stories like that.
I do too. There was one recently, what was it? An electric vehicle is a Rivian, I think. The guy had a bit of a fender bender, had a dent in one panel. Went to the company because he had to go to an official, supported place. And they wanted something like $20,000.
Is this for Rivian?
Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted $20,000 because he had one tiny dent in one panel. Because they said they would have to replace the entire back end of the vehicle.
That's poor design.
He went to some other guy, because he's down in the U.S., so he went to someone in Florida. The guy had it fixed for $500.
Well, that was probably Rich Rebuilds.
Oh, you know
He
him?
has an electrified garage shop. It's the same guy.
Oh yeah.
That's the other guy I love. Because he has all these Tesla videos where he buys 2 wrecked Teslas and makes one good one.
Oh yeah.
And is very, very good at his job.
Oh, that's awesome.
Super smart.
Oh yeah, some of these guys are brilliant.
Yeah, Rich Rebuilds is out of Florida, and he started a company called the Electrified Garage, and they specialize in EV third-party repairs.
Yeah, because they're ridiculous how much they charge through the original company.
And the shop in Airdrie, not far from you, they do EV repairs as well, especially Tesla.
Oh yeah?
They're very good at their jobs too.
Nice. I'm still not sold on EVs, personally.
A lot of people aren't, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Well, you see those incidents where people have had an accident and the vehicle is ablaze in no time flat, and I go, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. And those fires can't be put out with standard fighting equipment.
It's true, yeah.
So, how many places have managed to equip themselves yet with the new equipment so that they can put it out? Not many.
Yeah, hopefully that corrects itself over time.
Well, I'm hoping our battery technology improves a bit as well, because it's nowhere near where it should be.
It's getting better.
It's better than it was even 10 years ago, for sure.
There's a new standard Model Y with just a rear wheel drive.
Yep.
And it's 463 kilometers.
Oh, yeah?
It's only $50,000.
That's an improvement for sure. There was one new battery technology that everyone was agog about, saying it was going to be revolutionary, it's super fast charging, it's going to last for more recharges, etc., etc.
Sure.
And I remember the first generation of that has just come out, and the performance is actually worse than the previous technology so far from their testing.
There's a lot of people who solid-state batteries, hydrogen, and all these other things, and it's like, stop talking about it and just do it already. Like, you've been talking about this for 8 years.
Yep.
And no one's done anything.
Yep. Well, some of that is it's so many hoops to jump through to get anything approved these days.
That's true too.
There's a company I've been following a little bit, Edison Motors. So they're focusing on a hybrid truck that's going to be for the semi-truck moving stuff around, like the big 18-wheelers.
Okay.
So it's an electric, quote-unquote, vehicle, but it's a hybrid. So it's got a generator to recharge the batteries. It's supposed to be super efficient, et cetera, et cetera. They're out of Canada. The Canadian government won't even let them sell a single vehicle here because it doesn't meet any of their current standards.
Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, so update the standards. Well, that's only going to take 10 years.
I will just say lovingly that some people like to be right about really crummy things.
Yeah?
And they're really good at forcing their opinions down people's throats without their approval.
Yeah. I don't know, this has been interesting to follow, to see their development of this vehicle. They have a whole YouTube channel about it. It's worth checking out.
I think the world would be a much better place if people didn't have everything regulated to death.
Yeah, the regulations have gone far too far, in my opinion.
Technology is being held back by so many people who need to be in control of everything, and they're idiots.
Well, there's that aspect for sure. There's also the aspect of we have too many copyright and patents in place. The original intention was that, we wanted creators to get their fair pay, which, fair enough. But as soon as you open that up to corporations, that corporations could have these copyrights and patents, they abused the crap out of it. And they made it so that you can't do anything with their, property for decades. Well, that's really hampering our evolution of those technologies. Because at the end of the day, in order for things to evolve, you actually have to take what came before and modify it and change it. But with these patents and copyrights in place, no one can touch it for decades, so they can't use it. They can't build on it. It's like, you don't need a 75-year patent on one chip to get, your investment back. It's like, no. You'd probably get your investment back in the first 5 or 10 years.
Right.
And the idea was, with the original copyright and patents, not only to get their, money, but to encourage them to keep creating more stuff.
Yeah.
What's the point of creating more stuff right now? Oh, see, another one got just a little missed. Got everyone except for the one at the front and the one at the back. So let's do that again. What encouragement is there to build more stuff if it's going to be locked away, no one can touch it or modify it or make anything better from it, except for the original creator, who is probably just a company that's going to milk it instead of doing anything new.
Or the company doesn't exist anymore and there's no jurisdiction over the IP anyway.
Oh, then you get the, I forget the term for it. There's essentially IP vultures. They go out there looking for IPs that are worth anything, and they buy them up if the company goes under.
Yes.
And they don't do anything with it. They just sit on it because they just want it for the money.
That's kind of like, there's one in Ontario, somebody was, someplace was naming a stadium,
Yep.
and as soon as they chose the name in the contest, someone took the name and registered it online and sold it to them for thousands of dollars.
Yeah. I got one of them. I'm still missing one. All right, let's try that again.
You have to remove all the solder points before you redo them?
No, I'm just reflowing it.
Okay.
The problem here is this one leg is not taking the solder, which happens. Sometimes it's a little dirtier than the others. I probably should have cleaned this one because these guys tend to be a little bit finicky, but you run it back and forth enough times, it'll finally join.
You're doing UE5 right now?
This one is UC5.
Oh, okay.
This is one of the 2 serial chips, if I'm correct.
So these chips are in charge of serial and printer ports?
Yes. So
Modem and printer ports.
the modem and printer port, and there's 2 other related chips, the 75175s, I think, which are directly above it on this board. So last time when I was trying to troubleshoot why we weren't getting serial on some of those SE30s, the chips that failed were either these ones or the ones right above them.
Interesting.
Yeah. And according to Will, that's common. Those particular chips just have a higher failure rate. It's funny which chips do have that problem and which ones don't. There doesn't seem to be much I can say that's related between them. It may just be that the particular process that they used in order to make these chips is more likely to have a fault. Sorry, I'm just gonna clean some flux off because I got more flux on here than I need when I'm trying to see what I've done. And I might actually have a bridge. Yep. Let's get that on camera. Yeah, once you remove the flux, you can see there's a little tiny bridge right there. So I gotta get rid of that now. But at least the one leg is finally taken.
I can't see the bridge right now.
Oh, you couldn't see that?
Oh, now I can, sorry.
Oh, the delay, right.
Yeah, I'm watching the chat, but I don't have your overhead camera in the other window.
Ah, gotcha. There we go. That got rid of the bridge. Yeah, that looks way better now. Oh, got a little bridge over here. What a difference. Just having that little extra space for those pads. You end up with much less bridging, I find.
Hmm.
So I'm going to use my braid here and remove this bridge. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Okay.
I can't see the overhead view here.
No? You should see the chip now. Oh, you disappeared. Oh, Craig has left the channel. Okay, we'll get Craig back. Have to message him. I'll get him added back in. No one there yet. Okay. Well, I'll keep looking at this in the meantime. So this side, it's looking good. The one above it looks good. No issues there. No issues there. Turn. That one looks good. That one looks good. Yeah. Do another turn. A little bit of flux on there. Might have a bridge. Let's clean that up and see. Is Craig back yet? Yep, there we go. Craig and Craig. Show. All right. I believe you are back. Why are you not showing up for me? Why are you... Oh, you're on Collab Cam 2. That's why. Give me 1 second. Add source. Collab Cam 2. Craig, you're too big again. We've lost your audio, I think. Yeah, audio's gone. Let's see here. Shrink you down. See why we've lost your audio. Volume is down, that's why. Try it now.
I'm here.
There we go. You switched collab cams on me. You're on number 2 all of a sudden.
Sorry about that.
All right. So we're on to another side. Try and get that in focus. That looks good. This one does not. That looks like it's missing connections. Okay. So let's fix that. That's UC5 again. So let's get that guy. Okay. This makes such a world of difference just to be able to pull that off the table and get a better view. I'm very glad I've switched stands.
That's good.
Yeah. What are you using for your setup these days?
For streaming,
Yeah.
I'm using an app on my iPad called Switcher Studio.
Okay.
It allows me to use wireless iOS devices as additional camera angles.
Okay.
and
That's
I
better.
can record the streams separately and edit them later,
Yeah.
or I can live stream them in any configuration I want in real time.
Oh, nice.
So on Sundays, when I do, hang on a second here.
There we go. Those are good. Nice. You get a text? Alright. Well, those are on. They are not bridged. They should be happy now. So let's grab the SCC chip. Next, overhead. SCC is this guy here. Get him out. There we go. Much better. Okay.
So I was saying with the Streamer Studio software,
Yep.
I can send to Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Kind of nice.
I think in theory we could do the same things with the Streamlabs.
Yeah.
We have not set that up. I think you can also do it to Twitch. I don't know if anyone watches Twitch anymore.
I can assign my output to Twitch as well.
What's that?
I can assign my output to Twitch as well.
Oh yeah. Is Twitch even popular anymore?
I don't know. Feels like they keep changing the rules.
That's what I was hearing. It seemed a little crazy.
A lot of people make a living with online streaming,
Yep.
and it's really hard to do so when people keep moving the goalposts.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing to me though that some people can actually make a living with this stuff.
Yeah, well, technically we could be doing this for a living if we had the right audience.
Big enough one, yeah. Although even YouTube seems to be making some changes in that respect lately. I've heard a lot of
Switcher Studio
complaints.
software I have,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, lets me, I can stream privately to my own webpage
Oh yeah.
with a paywall,
Yeah.
and nobody tells me what I can and can't broadcast.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we got our little dot lined up here.
Is UC5 completed?
Yes, I took a look at both EC5 and EC4, and they are completely connected now. No bridging that I can see. Probably still going to use my multimeter and verify that, because you never know with these things. It can look perfectly fine, and then you still find there's a bridge that's happened underneath where you can't see it.
How do you test continuity?
Well, you just look between the pins, and as long as the pins aren't meant to have a connection there, and if they are beeping, then you're going to have a bridge.
Ah, yeah. Got it.
Yeah. Let's rotate that around. No, that's not great. Let's straighten that out a little bit more. That's better. Let's just confirm that that's where I want it. Rotate. Hardest part is getting this to line up every time in the camera for you guys.
Mhm.
There we go. So that's a little bit off on that side. So let's see if we can move it. That's better. Okay. Check that side. That is over this way. Up. That looks much better on that side now. And oops, wrong way. It's almost like trying to do something in a mirror. Straight up. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. So I'll anchor this other side, and then I'm going to do some drag soldering because these are nice big pads, so that should be much easier on this chip.
Okay.
Now this one's from AMD.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. There we go.
With my setup, I'm using the same microphone you have,
Yeah.
wireless, with the noise canceling.
You know, I will say I've been very happy with these microphones that we found.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. And, you know, price-wise, they weren't terrible.
I like the charging case too.
Yeah.
I also like the little pop filter. So if you have it too close to you, it doesn't overload the capsule.
Right. Yeah, you're more of an audio guy, so you know about that. I would never know to even look about that.
When I was narrating the Color Classic video, I like having the microphone like really close to the mouth.
Oh, really?
The closer that is, the better the audio sounds.
Really? Okay. You know, I have a microphone here. It's hooked up to my little amplifying unit. I find I have to be like that close before it really picks it up properly. And you know, it does sound good, but I almost feel like I'm eating it. It's so close.
It's a proximity effect.
Yeah.
The closer you are to the capsule, the better the frequency response.
Okay. So what microphone do you use?
I haven't got anything set up except for the wireless.
Oh, really?
People use a dedicated podcasting mic on an arm.
Okay.
I don't like that because it's just another thing that's in the way.
You know, I picked it up because I figured I would do kind of voiceover work with it.
Right.
And it's one that was recommended by a few different streamers. It is a nice microphone. Like, it does have good quality, but I find I'm super close up to it.
You know, when I'm live streaming, I don't want to be tethered to something.
No.
So I like to be free to turn my head, to move,
Yep.
maybe walk around, or whatever.
Yeah, if you ever watch Brankus Creations, he's got a wired microphone, but it goes to a little transmitting unit. So it's kind of a combination.
Okay.
But I don't know what he's using, but it seems to drop out quite a bit.
I like the wireless microphones you told us to get because they have power connectors
Yep.
and they have audio adapters.
Oh, do they? I don't
So
remember
when
that.
I'm doing my piano training videos,
Yep.
I hook the audio from the keyboard straight into the box,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and then it saves me having to use a big, expensive audio interface
Right.
to do so.
Yeah, that can make a difference for sure.
And because if there's any latency, it's the same from my voice to what the keyboard's doing.
Yeah.
So there's no synchronization problems.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. All right, let's take a look at this guy. I bet it's a lot better.
Something therapeutic about watching you drag solder.
It is a really nice thing when you're doing soldering to be able to do the drag solder. It's just that tactile sensation, you know?
Yeah. I've never done that before.
No?
Nope.
Well,
That's how I should start.
start with these wider ones. If you do something like this guy, where they're really fine, it is very, very easy to bridge, and it's even easier to start ripping pads.
Well, the chips on this the Mockingbird are a lot bigger legs.
Oh yeah, they would be. The difference in age and how these chips were made, it's huge. Like things really did start shrinking exponentially around the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah.
Okay, this all
I
looks
had-
fine.
I had to get my Killer Instinct PCB repaired,
Yep.
and that's like a 64-pin CPU.
Right.
There's no way I'm taking that off.
Well, yeah, that would take a while.
So I found a guy with a CPU.
Uh-huh.
They're hard to find, by the way.
Yeah.
And the guy would only sell to me if I let him install it.
Oh, really?
So I had to ship him the board. He replaced the CPU, showed it to me working, shipped it back to me.
Nice. I can understand that because if people do it wrong, they're going to blame you when it's or the component
Yeah.
when it's no, you made a mistake.
Yeah, and these CPUs are so expensive and rare,
Yeah.
I don't want to break it.
Did you know that the CPU on the Super Nintendo is one of the most common components to fail?
Interesting.
And they are becoming unobtainium. You can basically only find them by finding dead boards. So my friend Joe picked up a Super NES. The guy said, well, it's kind of glitchy with the controller. Had nothing to do with the controller. Turns out it was the CPU was failing. So I had some parts boards here from who knows where. I gave it to him. He took the first CPU off and put it onto that board. It was completely dead. He took his second one off, put it on that board, and everything worked.
Nice.
But he said there is a project underway. Someone's trying to recreate that chip in FPGA. Because,
Good luck.
yeah. Well, we were talking about it before. Some of these people are absolutely brilliant doing this stuff.
Well, and if you succeed, you don't want to say too loud, because if Nintendo finds out you replicated their IP without their permission, they'll go ballistic.
Well, the fortunate thing is the Super Nintendo patents, I think, have kind of fallen off. So people can... What's that?
They've expired.
Yeah, so you can build clone systems for the Super Nintendo and Nintendo can't come after you. So I assume it'd be the same with the CPU. But, I mean, there's no other way to preserve this stuff because some of these chips are just flat out going to die. And it's going to happen not just to, stuff that's been running hard for all its life. It's going to start happening to the stuff that isn't even worth that much, just simply due to age. I was saying to Sonia the other day, as much as I like running these old systems, I'm doing it kind of more and more sparingly.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a lot of replacement parts if things start dying.
That's almost good to have 2 or 3 extra machines of the same thing, just in case.
Yeah. Well, but then you run into storage problems. Alright, so I'm grabbing UA7. I'm going to throw that on.
Okay.
Yeah. Switch view.
For some reason on the Streamlabs page, there's like 6 of you.
6?
Copies of your same frame.
Really?
I don't know if that's because I joined the wrong link.
Maybe. I'm not sure. We haven't done too much like this yet, so we don't really know all the finer details about it.
I think maybe if I lost the link and I join again, it duplicates me.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, because there's 2 of me and there's 5 of you.
Okay.
I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, that would be maddening.
It is hard to deal with, yeah.
Do you need to close everything down and join again?
I'll live with it.
Okay. Because I could always generate you another link if we need to.
Okay. So we've been going for 59 minutes.
Oh,
We've
jeez.
done, is this the 3rd shift or 2?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth one.
You've done 5 already?
Yep, this will be the fifth one that we just finished.
Cool.
It's amazing how quickly that 59 minutes goes by.
Yeah, when you're focused.
Yeah. Let's see, I want to just move this a little bit. Well, it helps having someone else here to talk to, too.
Yeah, it's not quite so lonely and isolated and boring.
Yeah. Well, it's nice when people jump into the chat because I can at least, banter a little bit, but it's delayed for one. And
There's no one in the chat but me right now.
yeah, we got 3 viewers according to our readout.
Well, I'm one of them.
So we got 2 viewers. So hello to anyone that's watching right now outside of Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you coming and joining us.
I'm sure people will watch this after the fact anyways, but
That happens with me a lot, especially with stuff out of Bruce's streams, because he's in such a different time zone. I rarely ever catch him when he's actually doing a live. I think Mac84 is supposed to do a live stream tomorrow.
go on what?
I don't know. He didn't say. He was just saying he's going to try and jump on, and because it's been so long since he's done one. There we go.
I think you asked me if I was going to get something going on my end. I haven't done that yet. I've been working on this arcade stuff so much.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's open now.
Mm-hmm.
We want to have all the machines working as soon as possible.
Yeah, you need to come over with some bits and pieces, and we need to swap out those panels here.
All right.
We got so many things on the back catalog, man.
I think I have. There's actually a hole on my control panel for an extra button, so I don't think I'll need it after all. But
Nope.
we can still. It's just easier to put an extra button in rather than swap the whole thing out.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Because all the joysticks are working.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to unplug all the wires and start over.
Well, I need to get you to show me what I need to buy for some replacement buttons and controller and the control sticks, and I need to swap over that other one and work with you to get your decal guy and all that.
There's a place in Edmonton that sells components for arcade cabinets.
I remember they had a YouTube channel at one point, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if they're still doing it or if it stopped.
I bought some T-molding from them.
Yes.
There were a couple in my cabinet.
Yeah, that's another thing I need is at some point in the future I would like to do a full refurb on my unit because it could use it.
And we need something on the back to protect the neck of the CRT there.
Yeah, when I bought it, the guy said, I don't know where that piece went. It's long gone. Just be careful around it.
You know what? I could get my guy to build a back door with the jut out built into it.
Oh, yeah.
Or I could 3D print something.
Yeah, I'd probably just get it built then. But yeah.
You could screw a protective cover from the inside going to the outside where nothing can touch the neck.
Yeah, that's true.
I just don't like necks protruding. My Wizard of War and Dwarf cabinet have protruding stuff out the back.
Oh, yeah?
And there's plastic covers to protect it, and they're pretty Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yeah. Well, the problem with the plastics is they're getting brittle these days.
Yes, very much.
Okay. That looks good. The difference. I mean, look at this. No bridging on these. And it's just that little extra space. All the world of difference.
Looking good.
Yeah, that one looks very good. Okay, next part. What do we need here? We got 3 chips over here. We've got the SCSI chip. Let's start with the SCSI. Get our SCSI on. Where are you? We're facing there. So there's our SCSI chip.
When you transplant all this stuff, do you test the components out of the board, or can you?
I don't have the equipment. Some of these things you can. You have to have the right equipment in order to connect it up and do the testing. Gosh, what the heck is it even called? Most of the stuff I've seen is for through hole rather than surface mount.
Yeah.
But I think there are some adapters. Sometimes at the end of the day, you get it on the board, and if it's not working, you hope it's just a bad connection, but worst case scenario, you're throwing on the oscilloscope and see what it's doing. I keep forgetting to order some new fuses, so I'm going to have to reuse the fuses off this board. What's that?
How many are there?
I believe there's 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right, SCSI chip next. UA10. Okay, get that under.
You said there's 2 more 2CI boards that we're going to refill?
Yes, we have 2 more blanks and we have 2 more boards. They are working better than this one. This one only showed a white screen and no chime. They were showing screens and you can almost boot into the operating system, but not quite.
And when you use a tech step, does it tell you that all the new bus ports are healthy?
No, I have not seen that test. But to be fair, I don't think we've had anything that had new bus to test with.
We got to actually plug cards in to test them.
Yeah, I think we ended up with the 1 2CI that we managed to sell off. I think that's what we ended up doing, is just testing it with some cards. Now, there might be a test in TechStep, but I don't believe I've seen it, if there is.
Well, we don't want to plug in new bus boards if there's bridges and it might damage them possibly.
Right, but ideally, you're checking for your bridging before you even throw the card on.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, that looks decent. Let's check it from the other angles. Oh, I forgot to switch views. Okay. Let's get this in here. So we've got pin 1 lined up. That's a little bit off. Let's see if we can correct that. Oh, you moving stuff around? Oof. You were doing something there. Because I could hear it. Still there, Craig? He may have lost me. That's okay. We'll just get this guy soldered down. Be nice if I can get this one up and tested today, but we'll see. Still have a lot of components for that to happen. Nope. Okay. You back, Craig? Oh, we got no audio on you again. Says audio is fully up, but I'm not getting anything from you. Let's see. Nothing.
Back.
There we go. We lost you for a minute.
Yeah, my LBT so I just put them charging.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
My power is so died, so I just put them back charging.
Oh, gotcha. All right, let's get this guy on. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that the replacement ROM sim that we have for the SE30 also works on the 2CI, correct?
That is correct. Works on the SE30, CI, the 2FF as well.
Okay, so I don't have to put on the original ROMs to get this tested. I just have to have that SIM slot on.
I think so.
Yeah, because you should be able to set the jumper and select the other SIM slot rather than the onboard dips. Just save a bit of soldering if we can.
It was nice that we could be the first people to do that concept of the video.
Yeah, that's cool. It sounds like JDW intends to get himself one.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Well, I saw him commenting in our comments section.
Right. I want that this computer.
I'm sorry, your audio cut out. What did you say there?
I saw that this video about the C30.
You're still cutting out on me.
Hmm.
Not sure what's going on there. Oh, got a bridge. Let's fix that. A little bit better. Okay, so there's our bridge. Move it around. I don't want to move it around. I want to get rid of it. Okay, you're gonna come off, then I'll use the braid. There. That should get it. Much better. Okay, one more side, then we'll check it. All right. How's your audio now?
Not sure. Is it okay?
Sounds okay at the moment. Just went a little spotty on me. Every other word was missing.
Well, I was saying, I watched that. This does not compute video. Does that mean?
Oh, yeah. Pretty cool, huh? All the clear components.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, I saw that actual board on IICI. The transparent keyboard.
Yeah, I've seen them do a lot of things too.
Yeah. I mean, the only unfortunate thing is it's got the Japanese characters, but, you know.
It'd be cool if you could 3D print your own decals.
Yeah. Well, at one point there was a rumor that Mac Effects was looking into doing transparent keyboards and caps.
Because there's a couple of apps. It's got Macintosh portables connected to them.
Your audio's going funky on me again. I don't know if that's my end or your end.
Maybe it's a noise canceling issue.
Have you got yours turned on?
I don't have speaking to my laptop.
Oh.
But,
All right, that's better. Okay, so that's connected. Can we get that on stream? There we go. So that side looks good. That side looks good. Get that in camera.
I'll turn my.
Yeah, you're cutting out on me again. So if you can try something.
How does that sound?
So far, so good. Keep talking.
I just turned my volume down on the laptop really low.
Okay, yeah, actually, that sounds way better.
Okay.
Interesting. All right, this one's good. Check. Yep.
So you haven't done U-bus connectors, but you've done yes connectors, right?
Yes. Very similar.
Yeah.
I think you can actually steal pins from one to populate the other if you need to. All right, what are we grabbing next here? Swim chip? Let's do the swim. Overhead. Okay, swim chip UA11. There we go. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chips after this, and then the rest are just the little components like resistor packs and such. What was that?
Are you making better progress this time around?
Yeah, well, these are smaller, so it doesn't take quite as long to put them back on the board.
Oh, okay.
So, push that back. Because we're at, what, hour and 20-minute mark?
We're at 77 minutes.
Okay.
An hour and 17.
Yeah, so not as long as the last one, and we're further along. Okay. Pin 1 lined up. This is our swim. Have to go back. One of our viewers from the last stream had mentioned a few other channels to check out, so I want to go back and check those out too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Said he had picked up an SE30, but he hadn't yet opened it up to see how bad it is. But watching our videos was giving him hope that he should be able to repair it himself if there is a problem.
I think I saw that comment, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how we all pretty much start out, is a little trepidation. You watch some people online, you go, you know, if they can do it, I should be able to do it.
Yeah. Even though I don't do what you're doing right now, it's fun to watch.
Yeah. That's pretty lined up. Next one. Where are you? There you are. That is not even close. So let's fix that.
Oh.
What's up?
We have E-Waste Redux has joined us in the chat. He says that was me, LOL.
Oh, nice. Yeah, very cool. I'll have to go back and check those out. I haven't had a chance to watch anything you suggested yet. There we go. That's better. And then we can anchor this. You know, I think it was when around 2020 when I really started getting into videos with all these repairs.
Yeah.
And of course, around that time, you're looking for stuff to do at home. So I went over and I think I bought a Macintosh Classic and a Classic 2 from the ERA place in town.
Oh, yeah.
So those were the first two I ever did repairs on. Because, of course, they were, you know, powers on, untested. Didn't work, either one. But
The
yeah.
Reddit post we did on the Color Classics and S30s is at 8,200 views.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's surprising. When did you post that?
10 days ago.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so.
We gotta start posting it as the Computer Compulsive account here.
Right, I should set that up.
Yeah. Gotta do that Brandon thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a guy here not long ago. He was telling me he had some flood problems in his basement and his collection got damaged.
Oh, dear.
And the insurance people are being really difficult about covering anything. Because his collection, I mean, it's vintage computer stuff. And he doesn't have any papers to show exactly what the value is nowadays, just what the original value he bought it for was. And as we all know, the values on these things have gone up just a little bit.
Yeah, I saw there was a combo pet for sale. It was like $1,500 or something.
Yeah, and that's pretty much average nowadays, at least in Canada.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, this is where I was saying to you and Will here not that long ago is maybe we should start a little side business here where we go and evaluate people's collections.
Yeah, it could be that.
Because we can, you know, look at what they have, what the accessories are, the state of the condition of the materials, et cetera, and give them an estimated value. And then at least they can go back to their insurance if anything happened and say, look, I had it evaluated, and this is what it's worth.
I was just chatting with Thomas Andrews on Facebook Messenger, which is disgusting. Right?
Oh, yeah? Have you dealt much with him?
I haven't. I've never sent him a fix, but he fixes a lot of things for people.
I've tried watching his channel to see his repairs. My only issue was, like myself, he had a little bit of a hard time keeping things in camera.
Oh, yeah.
So it was hard to see what exactly he was doing. But that was a while ago. Seems like a nice enough guy. I hear he goes to a lot of the events, like the VCF East and West and stuff.
But did you want to go to the next game theater meeting, whatever it is, at that Cadia place again?
I was thinking about it. I mean, we can try to bring some of the lower cost stuff, because I know people locally are still very cost sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, it would not take the same amount of materials that we have in the past, because I don't think we're going to sell it there. But some of the lower value stuff, we might get some movement. We can certainly take some logic boards. People want to try and build out their own systems for cheaper. They could.
Yeah.
Maybe even some of the cards that we have that are less rare.
I'm just curious if it's when the date of that is, if I'm around. If I'm not, maybe I would just give you the stuff to prepare to put there.
Yeah.
Is Will thinking of it?
Will's debating it, yeah.
Does the table cost $100?
About 100. I think we ended up with 3 tables the last time. We might whittle that down to 2.
Okay.
Because we have to make our money back. That's the hard part. I think last time we went, we barely covered the table cost because there just wasn't many sales.
It'd be cool if I could bring like arcade games there and have it a point-out mode.
Yeah.
Or a couple of them.
Well, you can always reach out to that Evan guy and ask. Because I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem with that, to be honest.
Well, if it's a game-related thing, it's fun to have 2 or 3 games there.
Yeah. At least it's on theme. We're a little bit off. Because we don't exactly fit with that. I wonder how LGR did with the insurance and such. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I forgot about him. He had that whole... was that a hurricane that happened to him? Have you watched that one at all, Craig?
Oh, no, I haven't. Sorry, I wasn't watching the chat for a second.
LGR, one of the big YouTubers for computer stuff, had a... I think it was a hurricane, and his house got damaged. A tree actually fell through a good portion of it. It took about a year before, maybe even more, before he really got back in there and had it fixed up. All right, we're into VIA UD11.
Okay. You expect that aspect more stuff for collectors and somebody they don't hold.
Sorry, 1 second. I can't hear you over this thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting some definite fish smell from this corner. There we go. Sorry, what were you saying?
I wanted to go from the classic thing.
The Color Classic thing? What about it?
He says, one of those things I have to see, I can make a determination based on prior history of what's been done. So gather a list number of 1 to 6 from that input trouble and what's been done to each in an organized list.
Okay.
It said, chances are I'll need to see them. I still need the prior context either way. So.
Okay. All right. I said UD11, right?
Yep.
Okay. Had a brain fart, sorry. Let's bring that back over. Get this in view. There we go. Move up. There it is. No, I think we really should think about that insurance evaluation thing, because I don't know that anyone's doing it. And we know there are collectors in town. There we go. But then again, you're pretty busy with everything else at the moment. You have a lot of stuff on the go.
Once the arcade's up and running, I won't be there quite as much. It's just the initial setup that's been a headache.
Yeah.
Like I've spent 4 hours here yesterday, and then 5 hours a day the past 2 days before that.
Yeah.
So just getting all the quarterbacks taken out, putting lead backs in, making sure that everything's playing, joysticks, buttons work. Yeah, just making sure things work and people can put coins in is the first thing, and then second is just if there's any technical glitches.
Yeah. Well, you've had a few of those.
13 games in there altogether.
What's that?
We're gonna have 13 arcade games in there altogether. So
Which is pretty good.
might be able to put another couple in the back, depending on what they do with all the pinball games.
Yeah. Oh, when you're at, have you been in Costco lately?
No, but I'll be selling those arcade. Arcade went up to bankrupt.
Oh, did they?
Well, I heard, but then I think there's other companies that are doing what they used to do. I don't know for sure.
Well, I saw they had the mini golf systems today.
Well, you mean like Golden Tee?
Yeah, golden tees.
Interesting.
Yeah. That also makes me wonder, does that drive up demand for the originals when people go, oh yeah, I remember that. I wonder if I could get a real one.
Well, the problem is that, I mean, purists don't like LCDs. I don't like
Yeah.
them. But, I have rather not, because the CRT set of properties is just so much better.
Problem with using the CRTs is by using them, we're slowly wearing them out. They're a consumable item.
It looks like you have a bridge on 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, I want to do cleaning real quick here, so I'm looking for my fiberglass. I'm looking for my fiberglass pen so I can do a little cleaning there.
Okay.
Which, of course, I moved things around. Now I have to figure out where I moved it to. So. I know I saw them.
Did you say that inventory management tool was on 68K MLA or ticker?
Sorry, which one?
The tool you said for keeping track of all your computer inventory.
Oh, that was in Tinker Different.
Can't I go look for that?
Yeah. It looked like a good project. Definitely more focused on a computer collection than others. So if you had a video game collection, it's not quite as good.
Did you find videos for like every day for Macintosh? Like we do a video once a day for the whole month.
I don't know. It depends on how bad my March is going. We're supposed to have a crap ton of projects coming in.
Well, I could do that. I just wanted, like, it'd be neat to be like super present.
Yeah, it would be cool. We got more than enough systems to do it. That looks a little better. This particular chip...
If someone's got a clear case for an 800 XL, that'd be cool.
Oh. This chip is particularly dirty compared to the others. Yeah, need more flux.
Oh, excuse me.
Zoom tight. There we go. Well, I'm moving that bridge around, but I haven't cleared it yet. Let's get rid of that. What else is going on in chat here?
Not much. Just talking about insurance, LGR.
Yeah.
I'm looking up this inventory tool.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I want to do that a little bit more here. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it right now. It is cool that people develop those projects.
Mm-hmm.
There are applications out there like that, but
Yeah.
they seem to be kind of business focused, and they want you to subscribe for like hundreds of dollars a month.
I don't know.
And I'm going, no, that is far more than what I need. But with those ones, you know, they want to add barcodes to things, and they want you to have inventory counts. They're expecting you to have multiple of every item.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yes, it does a lot, but it's more than what I need for my activity. My activity is I have a collection of around 30 systems for computers, another 25 or so video games, and that's all I need to really track. Maybe some components like extra video cards and such, but it's pretty limited. So when you price it at like $200 a month, I'm going, you just priced yourself out a deal for me. Just offer a lower end version. And I would really like to see more people doing pay once and own it. I really miss that.
Yeah, me too.
That is one thing I will say about this camera software I picked up. It was $8 and you own it. Sold. You know, it's $8. I will definitely buy that.
I noticed there's no link for our LCD update and the sticker difference. That's what it's included.
Oh, thank you. This chip has more black on it again. Didn't even notice that when we took it off. It's got a lot of black on it. Try and clean it up a bit here. Wonder if that's part of the problem of why it was giving us issues on the original board. Maybe these connections were just really dirty. I think whoever sold us to you on IICI had washed the boards to try and make them look a little bit better. Because they came here and they did not look that bad at first glance, but when you get really in close on their microscope, you start to see little things like corrosion here and there. I'm getting notified about your posts. It's coming up on my smartwatch.
Oh. Huh. Manage collection. That's right.
I think so. What would you base valuations on of systems on? Are you thinking of auction sites or some other criteria? I think, unfortunately, the most you're going to find is you're going to have to reference the auction sites for sure.
Yeah.
You can look at certain stores. There are still stores that do have some of the custom, the classic hardware. But end of the day, they're doing the same thing. They're looking at the auction sites and seeing what are people willing to pay. But we also know there's what are people willing to pay local, and there's what are people willing to pay international, which are two different things. And I will say local has really tanked in Alberta for sure. So we'd probably end up giving kind of a, it will be between this value and this value. And again, it'll have to come down to the condition. Oh, my fan got turned off. Turn that back on. The condition of the item, the rarity of the item, any accessories that are included. We could definitely come up with a kind of a guide of how we would break it down. Wouldn't be too hard to do. And there's definitely going to be a difference between things like classic Mac and Commodore, because Commodore is just absolutely bonkers what it's going for. Oh, we got a bridge there. Let's see if we can get that on screen. You can see the little bridge here between those two pins. If we can get it to focus, right there. So I'm going to break that up. But I'd like to see, at least, if we don't do it, I'd like to see someone do it. Because there are these collectors out there, and insurance companies, let's be honest, they're not about helping the people, they're about making a profit. They're incentivized to turn down anything you bring to them. So having someone do these evaluations, it just helps people out more than anything. Oops, why did I move that back? Not done yet. At least that's my opinion. Everything I hear about insurance is they are motivated to make sure that you're denied, not that you are accepted and given the proper value for your property. Alright, that is looking much better. I think vintage systems are a niche just because most people looking for them are diminishing as well. Yeah, that is true. Hence why the values might be variable. Being a Gen Xer, I know my friend's pool is getting smaller every year. Yeah, that is the case. I've seen that too. It's the younger generations. There are definitely some that are interested in this stuff, but I mean, compared to previous generations, I don't think they get attached to it. These systems and these games like we do. They just assume that everything's going to be available through emulation, and if they want to try it, they can just try it. So I don't think the connection is there to the hardware like we have. Because I remember picking stuff like this up in school and using it. So there's a real connection to me with these computers. There's, I remember seeing them. I remember walking into the class and, sitting down at the desk and picking up the mouse and all that stuff. But I don't think the new kids, new kids look at it like, do I care about my old phone? No, my new phone does all the stuff my old phone does. All right, we're on to the ADB chip, UA13. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, maybe collectors like us are going to eventually go extinct. You still have museums. You still have the people that are going to try and preserve the history. So they're going to need evaluations as well at some point. Alright, microscope. ADB. We have nostalgia as an anchor. Yeah. That is true. One second. What'd you say?
That guy with the Mac Plus brainstorm, so I responded to.
Yeah, that's funny. That happens a lot lately on Marketplace. Like, they either spend ages before they get back to you, or they get back to you, say, yeah, I'll hang on to it, and then next day you get a notice, oh, sorry, I sold it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is super frustrating. Let's check out this guy. This one's a little dirty too. Let's see if we can clean him up. This corner is actually pretty bad compared to the other parts. The chips are rather dirty on this side. Clean up well enough, but it's odd that they're so dirty.
There's an app on the App Store called Collector Studio.
Yeah.
Built for those collecting Apple devices.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like the right one.
I'm gonna get this.
Is that Mac OS or is that phone or what is?
It says Mac OS right now.
Okay. There we go. Let's get this in view. There we go. IICI Electric is a great source for historical systems. Haven't actually seen that, to be honest.
Put the link in the chat here.
Yep, thank you.
Cool. I'm gonna fill the daylight up with this thing.
You're going to what?
I'm gonna fill the daylight with this thing.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever get that Flying Toasters screensaver?
No, not. That's on my radar for the rest of January. Get some of those things done.
Yeah. So that works on the modern systems and the old system?
I think so.
I thought that's what I read, is that he had built it for the modern system, they backported it down to the old systems.
I put the app in the clip.
Okay, cool, thank you. There's another one with small pads, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to tinker with it a little bit to get it in place. One nice thing I will say... What's that?
Add price, Apple lock, item number year, serial number, specs, condition, release price, purchase price, estimated value, add photos. Awesome.
Okay, cool. What would be nice is not only to be able to save that information into the app, but also to be able to export it into a file that you can save externally so you never lose it.
Yeah, I don't know if it has that.
I don't know. We'll have to check it out.
Well, you can back up the database.
Okay. As long as you can do a backup of some sort and export it off the device.
Do you want to do it in USD or Canadian?
The Canadian dollar right now is pretty terrible.
Hmm.
I think the conversion rate, it's around 60... Was it 63 cents or something? 64? I see a bridge.
Oh, wow, this is all.
What's that?
It's just letting me find finish over here.
Oh.
14th, 2021.
There we go. Okay, let's try the other side. Yes. Okay, get this guy on. Yeah, bridge again. Got rid of it that time. Okay. Next side. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop here. Eventually make supper. Are you busy playing with the app now?
I am, yeah.
I figured you went a little quiet. Yeah, come on. I want to move the bridge off, not just move it around.
Oh, nice. When you punch in all the things, it fills in the specs for you.
Oh, really? That's cool. So it's looking up the details.
Yeah, it's wicked.
That's the sort of project I love, where people have really taken time to do it properly.
Yeah, I was thinking of bringing this in a different.
Oh, lead off. Soggy Electric. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm curious about that. I almost need to write things down as I'm streaming so I remember to look it up later. feel like this one's gonna have a couple bridges. It's just a hair too small. I guess the reason that happens is the software has some preset value based on the chip you select about how big the pad should be.
Oh yeah.
And the problem is, I mean, it thinks that you're going to have a computer doing this. It thinks you're going to have this done in an automated facility. So it makes it just big enough for that and does not take into consideration the human factor.
So in the chat, he was asking long say the total populating empty board.
Totally repopulate. Well, on average for the SE30s, it takes me about, if I don't have to take off things like the processor direct slot and the RAM slots, if I have some spares, I can do it in about 5 hours. If I have to take off those components as well to reuse them, then it's probably closer to 10. The 2CI board, I don't know, this is our first one, so we'll see how long it takes. So far we're at almost 4.5 hours, and it's only mainly the main chips on.
Did you remove the new bus burn?
Oh yeah, I took all the through-hole components off the old board.
Oh, okay. How long did it take you to do that?
Oh, that's probably a good 4 hours by itself.
Does that include the 4.5 hours counted?
Nope, that's outside of that. So you can bump that up to 8.5 if you have to reuse the components.
So I would say 2 CI boards going to take you 15 to 20 hours to do.
This first time especially, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that is probably accurate. But, you know, Will's been doing these boards for a lot longer, and he gets them done in probably 3 or 4 hours. But he's also got components, so he doesn't have to reuse stuff. Oh, we got a bridge.
Right.
Let's see if I can get that on screen. Yep, big old bridge right there. So let's fix that. I'm still waiting for Will and his team to come out with those other adapters so you can have like the HDMI output on a Classic and Classic 2.
Oh, yeah.
He said they were working on it, but I haven't heard any updates in a while. It's nice to have those power adapters because it makes such a world of difference for your testing.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about, you know, is the power supply I got with this machine that was sitting in someone's barn going to work? Or am I going to have to fix it first before I can even do the testing? So I look forward to seeing more of those come out. I wish we had one for that 7300 board, because we can't even test that right now because the power supply we got for that is dead, and I have not been able to get it working again. It annoys me that Apple kept changing bloody power configurations with every bloody model. I wish they had standardized that a bit. HD's on. So one of the things that we said we have to do at some point is make a map. Here are all the different system configurations and all the different power connectors they used. Are there systems that are easier than most for a novice? Well, in theory, let me grab it here. Yeah, up here. Main camera. So in theory, Macintosh Classic board should be pretty easy to do because it is fewer chips to start with, right? The problem you're going to run into is these guys here. like to bridge pretty easily. And if I go back, let's do the overhead cam. And I had a problem with this particular board. I bought this one from MacFX, and there's two problems I still haven't, well, one problem I haven't solved yet. The other problem I did. One, when I tried it out, it had no sound. This ended up being a problem with this board that they sent me. If I remember correctly, let me see if I can identify it from view again. Yeah. One of these capacitors was missing. So the run that they did, they had the wrong capacitor in one location, and they had a capacitor here missing. So when I swapped those two out, or I should say swapped out the one and replaced the other, the sound came back. But I'm still having a SCSI issue where it's not showing or seeing any of the SCSI devices, whether it's internal or external connected. I have checked these chips on a different board. All the chips related to the SCSI are working. So I know that it's not a chip problem. Now I have to go, I know it's not a board problem because I have not caused any damage to the pads or traces around it. Now I have to basically go underneath and start seeing if it's another one of these resistor packs or resistors or capacitors that's been improperly installed. So that's a bit of a pain in the butt. You could do everything right and you can still end up with a system that doesn't work, because where they had the PCBs manufactured made a mistake. They just put the wrong parts on, or they missed a part. So for a novice, like even I have problems with this, is figuring out, okay, what exactly is not correct on this board? Because now I'm grabbing my oscilloscope and I'm having to go through schematics. I've got some Adrian Black videos I'm going to review where he had a similar problem, and I'm just going to have to kind of follow the same steps and see if I can determine what exactly has gone wrong. And it could still be, hey, maybe you'd still have a bridge somewhere. I don't think I have, but it's a possibility. The SE30 board is definitely more challenging than that board. One, because it's just bigger, there are more components. But also those tend to have a lot of battery damage, so it could even be the components themselves that are causing you problems. Like, I have not run across as many Mac Classic boards with battery damage, but to be fair, that might also be because most people just threw away the Mac Classic because they didn't see it as being very valuable. All right, let's get back to it here. We got 2 sound chips left and a real-time clock, and then the main components on this board have been transferred.
Cool.
Is the board internally terminated SCSI? It should be. Because all I've done so far is I've had a blue SCSI connected to that Mac Classic board. One on the external side, didn't see it at all. 2 on the internal connector, didn't see it at all. It should be self-terminated. I shouldn't have to do anything to it, because all my other, I have like 2 other classic systems that I have now, just because I picked them up whenever, plus the ones that Craig and I picked up from our big haul video, and they all boot fine from Blue SCSI. Exact same device, exact same card, so something is definitely wrong with that particular board, unfortunately. But, I mean, the good news is, because it is a smaller board, because it is technically less complicated, it's a good opportunity for learning the troubleshooting of trying to determine exactly what's going wrong. The schematics, no, they're not official Apple schematics, but because it's a reloaded board, I think I should be able to find the revised version of those schematics that the person that actually created the board used. So that should make troubleshooting a little bit easier. All right, let's get back to this guy. I'm going to pull off both of these chips. I think they're the same. So we'll grab UB2 and UB3. Those came off quick. Oh, we also have to grab those serial. These little guys. Otherwise, our serial and printer port are not going to work. One second. This thing is pretty loud.
Oh, right.
Ooh, that one came off. And then might as well grab the RTC while we're over here. Now, this one, he's near the oscillator. Why don't I grab the oscillator first? Can I get him on screen here? Yeah. So there's the 32 kilohertz oscillator on this one. I cannot get over how many oscillators they have on this board. There are oscillators way up here. If I can get it on screen. Way up here, there's 3. Then there was one over here, another one down at this bottom corner. I think there's another one somewhere else on this board. It's ridiculous how many they had at one point. Maybe that was because they had the ability to swap out the whole CPU on this. Maybe it just needed more crystals in place so that it could handle it. I'm not sure. It's where it's beyond me. There we go. We got our little 32. Set him aside. And I might as well grab that RTC chip now. Where are we? Right there. You know, it occurs to me I don't have the right battery connector for the new board. It's surface mount where the old one was through hole.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have to get some of those at some point.
Oh, the actually the device shows the option wall
Sorry, I did not catch that.
when you type in mod number in this app,
Yep.
or you type in what it is, it shows you all cost mod.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So you're liking it, is what I hear. Ooh, that's still hot. There's one thing I've heard other YouTubers say. I don't burn myself on the solder directly. I burn myself on the stuff I forget is still hot. I can absolutely understand that. Okay. Well, let's find pin 1. That would be important. So another thing I'd like to understand, why is it that Apple switched between packages for the RTC when it's essentially the same RTC on every board, just in a different package style? Oh, where did Craig go now? I've got... Oh, I don't have that collab cam on this view. That's why. Let's add that in. Cam 2. And he's ginormous again. Alright. Let's fix this. Craig, you're easily 3 times the size I am on stream. I don't know why. See if we can shrink you a little bit. Okay. Do you see any value, some do, in installing sockets instead of soldering chips in place? I assume not, based on the fact you don't do it. Part of that just comes down to costs, frankly. We're trying to, as much as I like reviving these boards, we're also trying to not sink more money in than we'll ever get out of it.
You're not smart. No?
What's that?
I commented that. Do you not see them?
Oh, I do now. Sorry, I didn't scroll down far enough. I've had techs worked with replace chips with sockets, so it's easier to repair moving forward. Exactly. My arcade tech in Quebec installed sockets. Well, here's part of the problem too. Some chips don't like sockets. Some of these older ones, when you put them in a socket, you will actually find it harder to get them to function than if you just left them out of a socket completely. So there's that portion too. And some of that's just down to, they've been sitting on a board, they were soldering in place, their legs are a little bit, skewed. And when you push them into those sockets for the surface mount stuff, they just don't make a connection. If you can get a brand new or new old stock chip, you might have better luck. But not guaranteed. I personally, some of it's just down to cost. There's only so much I'm willing to sink into these boards knowing how much I'm probably going to get out of them. And, let's be honest, Apple did the same thing. Otherwise, these would have been in sockets on the original board. Not quite. There we go. That's better. I have heard people say that when it comes to those, like these guys up here, I have people that swear by putting these in sockets because they're so likely to fail, and I have other people say, don't even bother. The fact of the matter is they don't make a good connection, so there's no point in putting them in a socket. Let's move these chips out of the way so I don't lose them. Have them fling off the desk. There we go. Oh yeah, here's the other oscillator. So they have a 50 megahertz, a 31, a 57, a 30.24, a 40, a 32, and a 16. That just seems like a crazy number to me. I actually like this blue for the PCB. It's easier to work on than the green, I'm finding. I don't know why exactly, but that just seems to be the case. Something I'm noticing here, I'll bring this on screen, I think they made provisions on this board so you can have the Surface chip for the RTC or the same RTC chip off the SE30, because this is through hole. So that's kind of nice. So if you find your RTC's damaged, you can source one of the replacements and throw it in through hole by the looks of it. That's probably a lot easier than trying to find one of these chips, to be honest. Anything with an Apple logo on it tends to be proprietary, so those tend to be harder to source. I forget, did we ever get you bored with the RTC replacement, Craig?
I don't remember.
I thought we had one for you. Because I remember that's something you said you wanted. So that way you didn't have to have a battery installed for it to work. Alright, last side and then we'll check this chip. Anything else happening in chat?
No, we're just talking about Apple's. What's trying to lock repair phones. You can't replace it. You can get their permission.
Yeah, that is true. Apple is really bad about right to repair.
Which is really strange because when Steve Wozniak built the original Apple, that was the complete opposite.
Yeah. Well, and Steve actually had some help from the Moss Technology guys when he couldn't get it working initially.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember, I can't remember exactly how to pronounce his name, Chuck Peddle.
Okay.
In his memoirs, he wrote, yeah, I had to go out. Steve was having some real problems with the 6502 he was trying to use. So I came out and I gave him a hand. And, you know, would a company like Apple do that for people today? Some guy in a garage? Probably not. Wow, this chip is pretty unreadable. I want to see what it actually says on it here. Oh, actually, this might be a good one to test. I was watching someone's video here recently, and he mentioned, you see this chip here? And now it's pretty much unreadable for what text it has on it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I have any of this first. Basically said, take some thermal compound, put it on the chip, just a little bit, and rub it around with a Q-tip. Bless you. And then what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to fill in where the text was.
Oh, okay.
So that you can see it again.
Okay.
I think I put way too much on there. Yep, way too much. Let's take a bunch of that off. See if it works. It worked on his, but he's obviously applied it more than I have, so... grab some Scottel here. See if we can read anything now. Also, I'll clean up where I made a mess. There. Can we read anything on this now? Not really. Looks about the same to me.
Oh, I'm loving this app. No, it's...
Yeah. You're having too much fun. You're distracted over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to wrap up after I get these last 4 chips on.
Okay.
Shouldn't take much longer. Now I gotta clean all this compound off, unfortunately. Used a little bit too much. Maybe that only works on the ones where it's been engraved rather than just painted on. Which would make sense because it would have nowhere to really flow into. We've got quite a bit built up on this board now.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, if I get a chance, maybe find some time on Sunday to try and finish it up here if I can. I'll do the testing, make sure I don't have any other bridges using the multimeter offline. Because that's, I mean, once you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times, so there's no real point in doing it on stream. That stuff can get pretty boring. There we go. Okay. Might as well put this one on at the same time. Left. See, here's another part. Apple changed this over from those little Sony chips that we got on the SE30 over to these surface mounts. Not quite. At least there's a little bit more room on these compared to the other chips. Those little serial ones, they just don't get enough space in my opinion. These aren't too bad. They're still, I can still see it under the chip. So it's better than the others, but all right, let's make sure that's lined up. Yeah. Kind of. That's a little off. It's a little to the right. I'd like to make it a little bit more to the left. If I can. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. And then from the back. Yeah, that looks way better. Now the other one, that could use a little adjustment. Little adjustment on this guy. He's a little too skewed. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, start with the right. Sound chip. Yeah, it's a good thing I got those adapters off Will for the 2CI, otherwise we'd have no way of powering this.
Do we not? Why is it TCI compatible?
No, I don't. Well, maybe. Sorry, what?
I thought the 7100 is the same.
I don't know if it's a 7100. Yes, actually, you might be right. And I think the 2SI is, but the 2SI, you can't run cards in it because it doesn't have enough power.
Yeah.
7100, we don't have a power supply for either. We ended up using the adapter.
It says here, after getting my 700, that was also TCI, which is obviously the same, but it died completely. I have a placement product, so it fits in PCI, but has some different specifications.
I'm having a hard time hearing you again.
It might be just my computer's blowing in and back.
Oh, that might be doing it.
It fits in ports, so we can use a 700 power supply to power this.
Yep. But we don't have a 7100 power supply, I don't think, do we?
We have some storage.
Do we have 7100s in storage? I forgot about those.
I think so. We sold one. We got two.
Oh, yeah, we had multiple of that. Okay.
Yeah, so we can steal that if you want.
Well, we've got the adapter from Will, so I'm just going to use that.
Well, actually, that Coaster 650 is exactly the same way.
That's the same as well?
Yep. It says PSU pinout is shared between 2CX, 2CI, quadricep 2VI, 2PX, quadrant 650, concentric 650, performance 600, power pack 7100. 650, 700 is a bit higher than it was mentioned above.
Okay. So they did at least share power supplies with a few systems.
Yep.
But why were they all bloody changing it?
It says there's an 8 to 10 adapter for the 2CI.
Okay.
I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah, that's a good link. Thank you. Hey, did you ever get around to building that adapter for your one power supply? I think it was the, was it a G4 system or a G3 system that you wanted to try with an ATX power supply?
Oh, the G3, yeah. Not yet. I'll have that around somewhere.
Well, you ended up getting a second G3, didn't you?
I have two, like 3, yes.
Yeah.
One of them doesn't have power. I think I haven't tested it anymore.
We should add that to the list. We have an ever-growing list of stuff we should do.
Yeah. The get list. Here's all the stuff. Here's all the things you want to do, and here's the order of importance.
Yep. We need to sit down and do that.
I just technically the TCI.
What's that?
I sent you a text, thread on the 8 to 10 pages.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, E-Waster is saying have a good evening.
Yeah, there's only watching.
Yep. That's okay. Other people can check it out later if they want. One thing I've heard is YouTube likes it when you get lots of hours in for your content.
Mm-hmm.
So if nothing else with these live streams, you know, people can watch them if they want, and it's getting us some hours in.
That's why I like doing live streams for about 2 hours.
Yeah. That did not connect. Okay, let's try that again. You've seen Mac 84 with his like 8-hour streams, eh?
I can't watch that one of interests. I mean, well, they can, but just, I mean, even my threads, my 2 hours, I go tired. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I think 3 is about my max, and then I started getting a little too tired to keep going.
When I did cards, the picking part, it was like 2.25 hours. So yeah, that's that.
That was all the cards we had?
That's ridiculous. And there's still more.
You didn't do all of those? I thought you got through them all.
No, there's still more. I put a bunch of boxes of them. Put them all in one place and put them up in storage.
Yeah, we gotta get everything back into one place. We have so much at your place, so much at my place, and the storage. It's getting a little confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we need Will to sell off his stuff so we have more room in storage.
That's cool.
Well, he keeps talking about it. He's going to be making a big push this year to try and get more sold off. We will be too, so hopefully we can get ours sold off too.
Yeah, I'm hoping those Apple threes and some of these color classics and 30 first month.
Yeah. Color Classics, I still have not figured out why the 1 has decided that it does not boot from SCSI with that 640 mod.
It is odd.
doesn't like something about that powered supply. I gotta say, like, kudos to the guys that made that replacement board, because honestly, the analog board in those Color Classics is the fundamental flaw.
Yeah.
They are so finicky. Okay, we're down to the last two real chips, and then the rest are resistors and such.
Cool. And that 2CI is a pretty big deal.
What's that?
I imagine having functional 2CI is a pretty big deal.
Well, it's going to be really nice when it actually boots up. I think that I was talking with E-Waste last time. He said, which part do you enjoy more, working on it or having the working board? And it's like, well, it's both, but there's definitely some major satisfaction in actually having a system go from completely dead to, hey, I'm alive, giving you a nice little chime. No, not enough flux. Okay, fine. Use some more. There you go. Now you're happy. Just need to add an extra gigaton of Rossmans to it. Okay.
As brilliant as he is, it's hard to just rant make without on stuff. I can't be part of it.
He does get a little ranty with his newer content. I noticed that. It's probably why I haven't really, to be honest, watched much of his content in a while. That, and he's not doing as many repairs anymore. He's mostly just talking about right to repair.
I think you spend every day watching videos, you become a much weirder person.
All right. I hope we don't have to replace these. I don't know if I have any of these in stock, if these have gone bad. We might have to pick up some more stock if these are bad, but we'll see. Hopefully they're not. You can still get these for the moment. Some of them, there's different ones you can get. Some have been marked obsolete, so they're going to start phasing them out. And then others, they aren't marked obsolete yet, and they still have a fair amount of stock when you go and look it up on the site. But then you start getting into the problem of, this is a whatever 75175D, and they have a 75175A, and they have a 75175S, and they're not always all compatible. Ooh, I got a big whiff of fish off of that chip. I guess this one was soaked in electrolytic at some point. That's a bit of a concern. We'll see if it works at all. It's not taking the solder very well either. There we go. Okay. As far as chips are concerned, that's the last of it.
Cool.
So let's bring that over to the overhead cam. And we need to zoom out. There we go. I am so happy to have found that software. This is so much better.
Nice.
Yeah. Now we can zoom in a little bit. It's not very smooth, but it's not too bad.
Looking good.
Yep. So that's all the major chips. Now we gotta start putting on all the fuses and diodes and resistors. I'm gonna go through and use my multimeter and everything I've done, make sure I haven't introduced a short somewhere.
Okay.
And then, we're just
Okay.
about there.
We have the XR, we got the new bus slots, we got PDS
Yep.
connect there, RAM
Yep.
sockets.
Yeah, that's the other thing that Will was nice enough to send us over some spare sockets for the RAM.
Oh, good.
Yeah, free of charge, which was amazing because those are really getting hard to come by now, especially with the metal clips.
Yeah.
The last time I priced it out for an SE30, if we wanted the metal clip memory sockets, it would have been $160.
Wow.
Yeah. They don't manufacture it anymore. Right? And there's only one place I know of that has any stock, so they're like, yeah, we can charge what we like. It is too bad that there's not a company that will, run off some of these components in small-ish batches and still have a lower price point, but just not to be, at least not at the moment. All right, I think it's time to sign off here. I think we made good progress today, at least. So
Yeah, it's time to take a break. Thanks for all your hard work.
yeah, making progress. We're getting closer. Hopefully, the next time I do this, we'll have all the components on necessary to at least do a test boot.
Well, it's nice hanging out with you and just cheer what's going on.
Yeah. No, this is fun. We should do this more often where it's both of us.
Yeah, for sure. Like the next week here, I'll be finished K stuff, and then like I said, I'm gonna start building a schedule. Tuesday night, yes, 2 hours, no questions asked, whether I have to spend or not.
Yeah.
Just like that habit of, oh, Sunday night it's games night, Tuesday night it's a compulsive live stream, Wednesday it's a piano or whatever. Just keep producing content all the time.
Yeah, I think for me it will probably be Saturday or Sundays. I'm gonna have to pick one of those because the week is just too busy.
Well, you stream 2 hours. That's a big commitment. You work and remove soldering, flux, all the stuff you're doing. It's nice to document it. You don't show them everything. It's good that you're doing this because it can promote, Max and ZZ, all the people who built this board.
Oh yeah.
To promote their, you should give them some shout outs too, just to make sure they have YouTube channels where they can.
Yeah, I don't know if Kai Robinson does.
I think all these really smart people don't want to be bothered, and that's why they have very little presence.
Yeah, that could be too.
They're so frustrating, right?
Yeah. No, but there's some amazing work that's been done on these, that's for sure.
But every time you tell them something, it's like, who did that?
Yeah.
What this color black LCD chair? I was like, that was brilliant.
Oh yeah, I love that one. That is right now. That is my favorite Mac to use.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to putting together a little script with my color SE30, SE40 project. That's going to be my big project of the year, and I'd like to have it completed before the end of February.
Yeah. Learn the lessons we learned from the Color Classic LCD. Do up a script not only for what you're going to say, but for how you're going to shoot the different angles, because that makes a world of difference.
Okay.
Because that's something we learned is when I was filming it originally. It would also help if you have multiple cameras to film different angles at the same time, which I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what the virtual studio software I'm recording. I can record multiple cameras simultaneously.
Yeah. See, I don't have that ability with the stuff I've got the way it's set up right now. It would make a huge difference, though.
Is there no way to do it in time?
I haven't found a way to do it because it seems to be very focused on, at least with the setup I have using StreamYards, it's focused on one camera at a time or one scene at a time, which may include different cameras, but it's kind of condensing it all down to one for streaming.
Yeah, I like the idea of preset scene. Hit this button, you just push stuff to where you want it.
Yeah.
Like everything's configured the way you want it. I'm paying money for my software, like a month, $90, but it's pretty powerful.
Yeah. Well, part of that is I need to spend some more time setting stuff up. We also at some point have to build ourselves a proper starting screen and be right back screen. Right now I'm just using free stuff off the internet.
Yeah, my plan is to like write some theme music here, but I want to on the oldest compact Mac I have, and then have one producing sounds from sound canvas of the like the 80s, and I'll have another version done with the modern sounds of a MacBook Pro with Logic.
Oh yeah.
And we'll have cross fade from the old to the new and back and forth. So I want to get the software set up on my compact Mac, so like in 1984, 85 video interface, I'll actually do a Logic program edits for the song. I'll build an edit for you and me, and we'll have it all of us that show different Macs. We can use time it all up. It makes sense, but stuff is going by too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
We just gotta both become millionaires so we have more time to spend on this stuff.
it'd be nice to not have to, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's sign off. To see thanks for all your efforts. It's fun watching you build these boards. These are fantastic boards of engineering, and I'm glad what you're doing. It's a lot of meticulous stuff that's going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for sure, but it's a lot of fun. So I guess we'll say good night to anyone that's still watching. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time we're streaming.
Yep. Yeah.
Have a good one.